Scientists recently broke up this party after taking a look at 2 ice cores from this Tibetan glacier, revealing the existence of 28 never-before-seen virus groups. Do any of these viruses have the potential to do harm, though? Well, that's what scientists are aiming to find out. They are in a race against time as the melting ice is a ticking time bomb about to release these pathogens into the atmosphere.
Okay, no. That's definitely a no-go for me. Like COVID, anything to do with viruses, immediately triggered. That ice thing, we gotta lock that down. Like honestly, just take like a massive hut and just put it right on top of it and then it can melt to its hard content. Because that is the whole ticking time bomb? No, thank you. No. I do not want to go into isolation again. No thanks.
While Antarctica is a snow-covered continent, you probably wouldn't associate it with a lack of water. However, this land is home to one of the driest locations on our planet, the Dry Valleys. This barren land was discovered in 1903. The valleys have incredibly low humidity, and there's almost no ice or snow covering this region. This place hasn't seen rain for more than 2 million years, and super strong winds are to blame for these dry conditions. The speed of the winds frequently reaches 200 miles per hour. When they descend on the valleys, the winds heat up and evaporate snow, ice, and water.
Wow, that's actually full insanity. Like, that's kind of like a frozen desert, almost. You know what I mean? Like, it's so cold. And like we don't get anything at all, like no water, no humidity, no nothing. It's basically like a frozen desert. Like that's honestly, that would be really scary to me if we found stuff like living there, like stuff is inhabiting the frozen desert. But I guess nothing can live there. So
NASA researchers say they have recovered bacteria that apparently lay dormant for 32,000 years in a frozen pond in central Alaska. The bacteria resembled a group of microbes called carnobacteria that can tolerate cold and are often found in refrigerated food. The bacterium is not poisonous, although some of its close relatives cause disease in fish. These bacteria may be harmless to us, but this discovery gives rise to the possibility that other deadlier bacteria are locked up frozen in permafrost somewhere, just waiting for the right time to be unleashed.
Wow, what is going on in the Arctic with all these freaking diseases, man? Like, everything just got frozen up there in the glaciers. That's actually super scary too, because like global warming, all that stuff's gonna start melting. And if there are these like massive viruses and diseases and stuff, like I guess this one's not harmful to humans, but like could kill all the fish or like could harm like the oceans and like harm our air. Or, I don't even know, man, but that is we gotta lock that down. We gotta take care of that. Hey guys, what is good? My name is Nicholas Blaylock. Welcome back to Central Dark, where today we're gonna be looking at some scary things found in the Arctic. Let's get into it.
Lake Vostok was originally on the Earth's surface. However, over time, it's now one of the largest subglacial lakes in the world. There's almost 2.5 miles of ice separating the lake from the surface. The water in Vostok comes from the surrounding ice melting. Based on samples taken from the lake, there might be a unique ecosystem living in the cold depths. So far, scientists have found fungi and bacteria in the water, definitely showing that life can find a way in the most extreme circumstances. The scientists also found thermophiles, which love heat sources. As a result, there could be a hydrothermal vent in the lake that attracts the critter. They've even found a type of bacteria that's typically in the digestive system of fish and crustaceans.
Wow, guys. Absolutely nothing scary about that at all. In fact, like that's just freaking sick. Like, I feel like that's something that I would find like Neil deGrasse Tyson telling me about or something. Like the underground Arctic lake. In this ecosystem, we have so many diverse creatures. Like, that's freaking awesome. It's got this lake under a glacier. That's super cool.
At a depth of 1,100 feet, American archaeologists made a truly terrifying discovery. They came across an unknown creature that didn't resemble any other living being known to people. The length of this creature was about 8 feet. Its body was covered with protruding bones, and its jaw was retractable. Such a body structure puzzled scientists to no end. Today, they're trying to determine the origin of the animal, its system of nutrition, and its classification.
Guys, that thing, okay, first off, that's gross. But that literally looks like something that you'd see like spinning at a car wash. Like, like that thing is the prehistoric like car cleaner right there. Like that is actually, or a Swiffer or something, whatever is on the sides. But that is a gross creature, man.
The amazing if disturbing sight, Blood Falls, as the liquid running down the face of the glacier definitely looked like blood. Roughly 2 million years ago, the Taylor Glacier sealed beneath it a small body of water which contained an ancient community of microbes. Trapped below a thick layer of ice, they have remained there ever since, isolated inside a natural time capsule. Evolving independently of the rest of the living world, these microbes exist in a place with no light or free oxygen, and of course little heat, and are essentially the definition of primordial ooze. The trapped lake has very high salinity and is rich in iron, which gives the waterfall its red color.
Wow. I kind of feel for those little microbes, you know? Like they've never even seen sunlight before. They're just under the ice doing microbe stuff. never gonna see the light. That sucks. That sucks for those little microbes, man.
Elongated skulls were found in Antarctica in 2014. These skulls were the first human remains uncovered in Antarctica. The most amazing thing about this find was that their unusual shape made them almost identical to elongated skulls found in Egypt, Peru, and other locations. Skulls got such a form due to weird practices that were popular among some ancient civilizations. They used different methods to extend skulls from a young age. This amazing discovery means that there could have been some kind of contact between African, South American, and Antarctic civilizations.
Okay, guys, the scariest part about that is like, why were we elongating our skulls? Can you just imagine that process? It's like, all right, you turned 5 now, little Nick. Time to like rip your skull off of your head right now. We gotta bring this thing up right now. I guess back in the day that was cool. Like the bigger the skull, the smarter you are, or something. But that would have been fully painful.
2013, a climber in the French Alps came across a treasure trove. The event happened on Mount Blanc. A small container filled with around 100 stones was handed over to the authorities. A jeweler in the area estimated the value of the precious stones between $175,000 to $325,000. Yet this isn't the only time treasure from the ice has been found. In 2020, the British Museum showcased some new, recently discovered artifacts. They were found in the Yana rhinoceros horn archaeological site in Siberia. The items are said to be over 28,000 years old. Among the collection included sewing needles and jewelry made from walrus ivory.
Wow. Okay, the only thing extremely scary about that is what the heck was that guy doing handing over literally like a fortune, like $350,000 worth of diamonds over to the police. Like, dude, that is like, you just made it. Like, you don't need to be crawling through the Arctic anymore, like trying to look for like artifacts and stuff. Like, you're it, man. Like, get out of there, go to some warmth, go buy a house in like Cabo or something. Like, I don't know what we were doing there, man.
Since the 80s, scientists have discovered almost a ton of fossils there. Most of these remains are more than 71 million years old. These fossils belong to prehistoric birds and marine creatures, including mosasaurs and plesiosaurs. This means that dinosaurs lived on the continent 70 to 200 million years ago. According to scientists, this is highly possible since the temperatures in those days were much higher than today. On top of that, during that time period, Antarctica was located in another place, in the southwestern part of the Pacific Ocean as we know it today.
Oh, okay. You know what? I didn't know. Like, I knew that like we had like a massive, like giant continent before, but I guess it never clicked into me that like the Arctic was further up, and then it got lower in the world. If that makes sense to you guys, but that never clued in. But that's really cool that like 70 million years ago, like things were actually living there. It was warm. I've been watching a lot of like terraforming stuff for Mars. I'm kind of a nerd about it. So like looking at that and thinking, oh, maybe we could terraform Mars one day, like with stuff like that, like change the ecosystem. That's kind of cool.
Andre was a visionary. Of the hundreds of people who went looking for the North Pole before the 20th century, only Andre used a balloon. He had left from an island 650 miles from the pole. It took an hour for the balloon, which was 100 feet tall by the way, to disappear from the view of the people watching it. Andrei had expected to arrive in no more than 43 hours. Having crossed the pole, he would land perhaps 6 days later in Asia or Alaska, depending on the winds, and walk to civilization if he had to. They were never seen again though. That is until August of 1930. Andrei was discovered frozen in ice. Well, his bones to be exact.
Wow. You know what? That really sucks. Like, the whole process of that happening sucks. But dude, come on. Like, I know that we're trying to be like exploratory right now. We're trying to learn things. But a balloon? Really? Like, we're just gonna fly a balloon and it's just gonna hopefully take us across the entire Arctic? I don't know, buddy. I don't know. Maybe not the best idea. Well, there you have it, guys. That is our video on scary things found frozen in the Arctic. Honestly, most of them were pretty cool, I thought, except all of those diseases. That is something that we definitely got to look into. But please let me know in the comments down below what you thought about all the things that we looked at today. Hit the like button, smash the subscribe. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll catch you next time. Scary things found frozen in the Arctic. All right. Yeah, what is that? Croc. Scary things found frozen in the Arctic.